Hello all and welcome to our Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on the gorgeous friendship bracelet. Get excited. Now this is one of our bracelets. We are going to be doing another kind in a couple of weeks time after we do our Easter projects. Oh, by the way guys, I have my Easter nails on and we are doing our Easter projects this Monday or this Tuesday coming. Get excited guys. I love doing items for Easter and we are going to be doing our very first Easter item, which will be an Easter egg cover. Well, not so much an Easter egg cover, a normal hard-boiled egg cover. So get excited for that one. But in the meantime, we're going to be working on this gorgeous friendship bracelet. Now this thread here is called Pine Lime and it's a Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton. And it is an 8-ply cotton or a number 3 or a DK weight. Okay, it is it's fairly feminine for if you want something soft and dainty. Okay, if you want something even smaller, you need to change your stitch count. But in our tutorial here, I give you the choice of it's up to you kind of stitch count. Okay, just keep playing with it on your wrist to suit. In the start of the tutorial, I used a 10-ply weight, an Aran weight, if you will, or a number 4 yarn, just to show you how to do these stitches because they can be a tad tricky if you are new to crochet. Now, if you are new to crochet, don't be scared. Take the risk. Take the risk because this is simply divine. Yeah? All right. For the original, I used the DK weight and I used a 4mm hook. For practice, I used the 6mm hook. Now, if you wanted to make yours super thick for your wrist, which is relatively good for the man in your life, okay? So if you wanted to use the super thick chunky yarn, by all means go ahead and use that. Remember, during the tutorial, I give you the chances to say, right, let's check it out. How does it fit? No, yes, whatever. All right, so that's all you'll need, and that's all you'll need. And guess what, guys? No darning needle. You won't need to weave in your ends because you're going to use your ends to make the tiny little knot. What? True, true, true. All right, so I'm not going to talk anymore because, I usually do when they take too long. So I'm going to let you head off on your own, making your gorgeous, let's have a nice look, friendship bracelet. Good luck, guys. Alrighty guys, we're going to start off by using the Aran weight or the 10-ply or the number 4 yarn, okay, whichever you want to call it, and we'll be using the 6mm hook. That's just for you to be able to see the stitches of the I-cord. Now, if you're looking carefully at this one here, it's really tight and the stitches are really small, so they're hard to see, but they do look very elegant on. Now, we haven't finished this one. We're going to finish this one together, okay, later. But we're going to practice on the thicker yarn with the thicker hook. Now, this one here was the 4mm hook with the 8-ply or a DK weight or a number 3 cotton, okay? This is just some acrylic yarn that I had in stash. We're going to practice with that, all right? We're going to start off by making a quick slip knot. Now you need to have a longer tail for this because you're going to use those tails as something to tie up just for fun when you're ready to tie it up. So I would say 4 fingers, and just grab that piece right there. And this is your long tail that you're leaving to tie up. Then you're going to make a little tiny, 4 fingers again. Wrap it around your finger once, twice, holding it there, and holding it down there. Keeps it all into place so it doesn't move around too much for you. Grab your back loop, pass it halfway over your finger. Yes. Grab your other loop, passing it all the way over your finger. Pop your hook in and give your work a tug. Let me show you. There's your cord. Let me move all that out the way so you can see. There's your long tail. So 1 and 2. Yeah, it's probably too much even. All right. But you can cut it at the end. At least you can have it to play with instead of doing this all over again, which is hard work. Let me tell you, if you are new to crochet, this is going to test your patience, yeah? For the more avid crocheters, take a look at this stitch. It is fun.
Now from here you want to chain one, and a chain is yarn over your hook and you're pulling that through the loop that's already on your hook. All right, that's your first chain. We're going to do yet again another one. Yarn over your hook and pull it through to the loop that's already on your hook, and there you go.
Now we're going to pop our hook in the very first chain that we did. So pop your hook in that chain, just push your loops on, yeah? Pull a loop through like so, and you should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both loops, and you just made a single crochet. All right, just hold it there so I can show you close up. Sorry about the close up of my fingers there. You will have that letter V formed right there. Yeah. Normally we would keep going forward. We're going to do something totally opposite to what crocheters usually do. We're going to work backwards. So you're going to turn your single crochet like so, like you're turning the page in a book. And you're going to pop your hook in that little loop that you see right there. It's just the one loop, okay, for this particular first stitch, yeah. And then you're going to pull a loop through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. You did a single crochet in the back of the single crochet, if that makes sense, the first one you did. Then you're going to do the same thing, turn your work. But now you're going to find these 2 loops. Being careful, there is a 3rd loop under the side there, right there. You can actually see it right there. Yeah, you only want to go into the 2 loops. So grab your hook and use your thumb to pass those loops onto your hook. Loop 1 and loop 2. If you can put them both on together without any issues, then great. I slide one in at a time to help me out. Pull that loop through like so. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's 3 single crochets. Maybe you can just see if you can tighten that up a little bit. Doesn't matter too much because we'll be tightening that up at the end of the pattern anyway. Okay, so then you're going to turn your work yet again, and you can start to see those 2 loops. So you're going to pass them onto the hook, one at a time or both. It doesn't matter. There you go, I've done both. Pull the loop through like so. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. That's row number 4 or 5. It doesn't matter because you're going to play with yours, yeah? So you're going to do the same, turning your work, popping your hook through those 2 loops. Pull the loop through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, turning your work. All right? It's not easy. I won't say it's easy, but at least once it's just 1 row, yeah? It's 1 row all the way up. It's not really a row, is it? It's like 7 rows so far, 6 rows, something like that. I can't even remember now. Pull it through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Now altogether I did 60 rows for the thinner one. Okay, so you might need about 45 or 50 rows of this, maybe even 35 depending. I don't know because I won't be using the acrylic to finish off. All right, so what I want you to do is continue in that manner. Let's keep going so you can see what I'm doing. So you're turning your work, continue in that manner, and just keep passing your 2 loops onto your hook. You're going to find some tight ones, and that's just split the yarn, but that happens. And there's your other loop. You will find some tight ones, being careful not to leave them too tight. Try to remain consistent, turning your work, sliding your loops on, and pull through 2. All right, slide them on, pull up a loop, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. All right, I'm not going to keep showing you because I think you need to slowly go ahead and do yours on your own. But again, what I did do, so that you know what I'm doing, what I did do was 60 rows of the DK weight. All right, so once you get to your 60 rows or whatever you want, meet me back here. However, if you want, you can do this. So you know what you're doing. Just grab your working part so you don't undo it and just wrap it around your wrist like so. When you get to a length that you like, if you want your bracelet to be tighter, couldn't get it out then don't do so many rows. Like that's taken off about 1, 2, 3. That's taken off 6 single crochets there. All right, but it just depends on the size of your wrist. Now I've done it so that it can sit loosely on my hand because I don't like restrictions on my hand. Okay, so it sits loosely on my wrist. But with this one here, you can do it the size that you want. If you want it really loose, but you've got to be careful, you don't want it to fall off, then you can. It at least needs to have, I don't know, just a tiny room for one finger to go through. If you've got 3 fingers through there, I had to put 3 fingers through there, this would slide off and you don't want that, yeah? All right, so go ahead and do your rows as much as you want. For my DK weight yarn, I did do 60 rows, okay? Or 60 single crochets all the way up. All right, go ahead and do your rows and I'll meet you back here once you're done. Alrighty guys, when you get to your length, okay, whichever that may be, I'm just going to do a little close-up here. It's super easy. All you're doing is grabbing a loop over your hook. In other words, you're just doing a chain. Pull that loop through. Now, remember the tail you left in the beginning, which was like 4 fingers, 4 fingers, just roughly the same, and even that is going to be too long. All right, give your work a cut that's more than the other one. That's more than the beginning, but doesn't matter. It's hugely long. Check that out. You don't need that much. All right, guys, you really don't. Because all you're doing is using the tail to tie up, okay? So you're going to pop it around your wrist like so. And make sure you're happy with your size, yeah? Roughly around there is where you're going to make sure you don't have, it doesn't come off too easily. You want to be able to slide it on when you want it and then slide it off when you don't want it on, yeah? So roughly around there, yeah? All right, so just grabbing your little tail end, popping, all you're doing is a knot, that's all. You're just popping it through like that. Before you pull it through, you want it to go right up to that little section where you had just pulled through. If you pull that through now, that knot's going to be here, it's going to be too big. So just keep lifting it up until you get to the area. I might do a little tiny bit more. I'm going to put it right up towards the knots because what will happen is when you start pulling at it, it lowers a little bit. I'm splitting my yarn, aren't I? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Stop playing with it, Marys, then you won't split. They're saying, okay, so I'm going to pull it right up towards the knot. I'm going to bring this up for you so you can see. All right, so right up towards our knots right there. I think that might, and then once you tighten it up, it's going to tighten up, isn't it? It's going to drop, I should say. So pull it right up to the knots right there. Okay, so the knots are done. And once you pull it a little bit, it's going to come undone anyway. It's going to slide, not come undone. Okay, well, let's try it on now. And we're good to go. That's not going to fall off. Unless I pull it off, right? Okay, so you might want to, I've got 2 fingers there, but you might want to tighten that even more. You know, maybe take one single crochet undone and tighten it even more. Now, of course, I did say leave these long tails. That's ridiculous. But what you want to do, just grab your hand, give yourself, I don't know, 3 fingers or something like that. Start off a bit longer, just to see how you go. And if you don't like them that long, I would take them a little bit more off. Yeah? The cutting is up to you. Okay, these scissors are ready for the round filing cabinet. They're ready for the bin. Or a good sharpener, a good scissor sharpener, if you will. I might invest in a scissor sharpener. How about that, guys? And there's your little tail ends. Now, you don't have to have it this loose. I would actually take undone, Couldn't have lost weight, could I? In 5 minutes. Don't you love that? I would actually take a few stitches undone to make it a little tighter, I think. Yeah, and then do your knot. I think that's starting to look a little better. You still want to be able to take it off. Be careful, guys. Don't make it too tight. So, and especially if you're gifting to someone, you don't want theirs to be too tight. But there you go. How gorgeous is that? Let's move everything out the way. Oh, I didn't do a good job there. Try it on. You happy? I'm happy. Yay, we now have a friendship bracelet that we can give to our friend, our family member, our partner, whatever. Where's my hook? And there you go. And we didn't need to weave in any ends, guys. Don't you love it when you don't have to weave in ends? All right, so thank you very much for joining us today, making our gorgeous friendship bracelet. We will be doing another kind of friendship bracelet in a couple of weeks' time after our Easter projects. Oh, I've got my Easter nails on. I'm very excited. After our Easter projects, we are starting our Easter projects on Monday or Tuesday of next week. One of the days you will see the very first tutorial go up. Get excited. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do all the wonderful things that you guys, well, pretty much already do for me. And don't forget to join us on our lives at 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons and 10 a.m. Saturday morning, Melbourne, Australia time, that is. The other thing is our Saturday mornings may change very soon. Keep your ears peeled for that one. I don't have any dates yet, so I can't mention when they're changing. When I get some date confirmation, I'll let everyone know. So thank you for watching and enjoy your gorgeous friendship bracelet with your friend. Ciao for now.